It's been a little while, but we're back with one of our famous top 5s. Before we get into it, let's see how last month's Kickstarter projects fared in the funding game.
February was a super month on Kickstarter, with all 7 of the games we featured reaching their funding goals. We were particularly ecstatic to see our 3 favourites, Knights and Bikes, Pinstripe and Visage all get up. The latter 2 completely monstered their target goals, hitting the triple-digit mark. Battalion 1944 also did amazingly, grabbing 317% of its funding goal. Hopefully March will prove to be just as successful as the month of February.
I'm so bored. If we don't do something soon, I'm gonna shoot myself.
Follow me. Check it out.
Introducing Super Russian Roulette.
Whoa! Already funded, Super Russian Roulette is an NES party game. Kinda like Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, it makes use of both its virtual world and the physical world. On the monitor is a trash-talking cowboy, who takes part in the game of roulette with you and your friends. The game only comes as an NES cartridge, so to play it you're gonna need some old school Nintendo hardware.
Only one player remains.
Now there was a ballistic shooter that looks like the Arbiter performing parkour in a war zone. Gameplay consists of 2 interchangeable perspectives, a top-down twin-stick shooter view like Geometry Wars, and a third-person view. Top-down is better for dealing with the tight action sequences, whilst the third-person mode offers a larger and more beautiful field of view. Nello, the disturbingly long-tailed alien you play as, is in possession of an amazing power suit. It gives him control of 4 wireless hands that can shoot guns or pick up and fling foes. It also gives him incredible speed and agility, letting him power glide, wall jump and air dash wherever he wants. The story is a bit weak however, with its tale of a left behind alien searching for the rest of his species feeling pretty basic.
Hello to everyone, my name is Gob. I'm happy to say that I'm proud of my job. Oh, what a joy to start this adventure. It's my first day as an RPG monster.
Mediocre Monster is a game about pretending to lose so as to ultimately win. You play as Gob the Goblin, a low-level random encounter monster who gets outsourced to fight heroes in turn-based battles. Your goal is to lose, pretend to die, drop loot and give EXP. Then it's off to the next battle to do it all again. If you impress in your job, you can earn a pallet swap, upgrading you from Forest Goblin to Hobgoblin. That way you can die in more turns. It's a kind of depressing scenario, but also absolutely hilarious. It's important to note that among all the losing, you do have the goal of revitalizing your once prosperous town. A seemingly clever postmodern RPG, Mediocre Monster looks to be a solid debut for developer Opal Squad.
Good job, Gob. You have talent.
Legion TD2 could be the next great Warcraft mod success story. As with a lot of these Warcraft mods, it has a symmetrical battlefield, top-down view, team-based matches, and even a large roster of eccentric characters. The TD stands for Tower Defense, making Legion one of the few competitive tower defense games on the market, or at least it will soon enough. It works by setting up your fighters on a grid. When enemies come by, your fighters come to life, moving on their own to defend the lane. Once the round is over, they return to their original positions so you can make adjustments. There's a lot more strategy, but that's the basics. Esport games are hugely popular, and Legion TD2 appears to have enough of a niche to exist alongside the likes of LoL, Dota and Smite.
The Artful Escape of Francis Vendetti is a story about discovering who you aren't. Francis goes on a surreal multi-dimensional adventure to create a new identity and distance himself from his uncle's overwhelming legend. As you platform through the wonderful vistas, the choices you make will shape Francis's new stage persona, making it yours. At your disposal is this magnificent suit that projects instruments, amplifiers, and lasers. It's used for puzzle solving and can also record sounds that you can then rearrange into an original piece. The Artful Escape of Francis Vendetti is one of the most beautiful and moving games we've ever seen on Kickstarter. It's struggling to get funded, and we must implore you to get behind Francis before it's too late. Well, that's it, guys. We'll be back soon with the best indie games of the month. As always, thanks for watching. My name's Lawrence.
And my name's Josh. We'll see you next time here on Indie Former.